and welcome to the first edition of SpearCenter for the spring 2025 semester. I'm your host, Abel Tariku.
And I'm Nick Austin. The Mountain West Conference Tournament soon approaches for the men's basketball team. We now turn it over to our basketball reporters Christian Vieira, Aaron Johnson, and Jonathan Canast to share their thoughts on the state of the team.
Coming up this March 12th at 11 a.m., San Jose State takes on Wyoming in the Mountain West Tournament in Las Vegas. What are you guys' thoughts on the tournament? How do you think the team's going to fare?
You know, I was a lot more excited for the Mountain West Tournament like a couple weeks ago, back when we had our full starting five healthy and ready to go. That's really been the story of this team, is just can they stay healthy? I mean, now McClendon's missed 6 straight, Viola's been out for a while, Aduje missed a couple games, and now Yap looked like he could be potentially done for the year. We don't know. He's been on crutches recently. So, you know, Wyoming's a team we beat twice this year. I think it's probably our best first-round matchup potentially. So I'm looking forward to it still. I think we can still move on to the next round, but I think it's going to be a lot more challenging if some of those guys can't go.
Jonathan, what do you think?
Yeah, and Donovan Yap, just another key point about him. He was great defensively in a couple of those matchups against Obi Agbam, one of the leading scorers in the Mountain West. He's top 5 currently. And just during a couple of post-game conferences, Day Hall and guys like Josh Odeje were quick to point out his just defensive lockdown on Obi Agbam. So I think that's going to be a huge contribution. And seeing if these guys are going to come back healthy. Robert Viola is obviously another key piece. I mean, Tim Miles hasn't been afraid to call him sometimes just the focal point of the offense. He goes up against some of the better big men in the Mountain West, and they're going to need all hands on deck when it comes to the Wyoming game, because right now it kind of seems like they only have 7 active guys, and I know you got the last game coming up, but either way, Wyoming's going to be a tough foe. And you know what they say, you can beat a team twice, but beating them 3 times, that's a hard challenge for any other team to do.
Definitely, I'd agree with that. I think Donovan Yap is a huge loss if he doesn't play, because he definitely locked up Obi last time, like you said. But I think Rob Viola, I mean, what he provides on defense is underrated. Also on rebounding, his aggressive rebounding as an undersized big man is just off the charts what he can do for this team.
And to add on to that, Tim Miles also said they run a lot of the offense through him, and Miles always says his basketball IQ is super underrated. So, and if you look at their plays, like Rob Viola has the ball at the top of the key, sometimes at the three-point line a lot, and they're running plays off of him. So, like, not having him there really hurts the offense a lot in more ways than people realize, outside of rebounding as well.
Yeah, it's something I want to touch on just offensively. As long as they have Josh Aduje and Latrell Davis as well, though, I feel a little bit comfortable with them. Right now, Tim Miles only has 1 Mountain West tournament win. That was during Amari Moore's year, so last year didn't go right for them. So this year, with the crop of characters, a true number 1 like Josh Aduje and Latrell Davis, who, if there's a starting lineup that's healthy, he'll be coming off the bench. And if they're not healthy, then he'll more than likely get a start. But one of the ways they can get a win in Vegas for their second tournament win ever, I think is through Latrell Davis and Josh Aduje doing their thing.
I agree. Those guys have been electric. Latrell has had a huge breakout season this year. Both of those guys kind of grew up together in the UK. They've known each other since they were 14. So seeing them kind of ball out together has been really fun to watch.
Yeah, well, thank you guys, and we'll send it back to the studio to Nick and Abel.
Abby, men's baseball is off to a solid start entering the weekend with an 8-4 record. After losing their last 2 games, the Spartans tried to avoid a 3rd consecutive loss on Friday. Our reporter Hattie Barghouti has more on the story from Excite Ballpark.
What is going on, Spartan fans? So today we are at Excite Ballpark as San Jose State faces off against Utah. So San Jose State is currently on a 2-game losing streak, while Utah is on a 2-game winning streak. So please stay tuned to see what happens, and let's see if San Jose State can snap their 2-game losing streak.
San Jose State at 8-4 and Utah at 10-2 entered Friday's game, both performing well. The Spartans look to rebound after 2 consecutive losses, but they face a tough challenge against Utah. Junior left-hander Jesse Gutierrez delivered an outstanding performance on the mound. He pitched 7.1 innings, allowing only 1 earned run for 4 hits. Gutierrez struck out 3 batters and issued 2 walks, securing his 3rd win of the season. He was nearly untouchable through the first 5 innings, preventing any hits and displaying excellent control during the game. With this performance, Gutierrez lowered his season ERA to 1.37, ranking 2nd in the Mountain West Conference. Senior right-hander Nolan George entered the game in the 8th inning with 1 out and runners on base. He delivered a crucial strikeout to prevent Utah from capitalizing on the situation, maintaining the Spartans' slim lead. George pitched 1.2 scoreless innings, allowing just 1 hit while striking out 3 batters to secure his 2nd save of the season. SJSU's offense contributed key plays to support their pitchers. They scored 1 run in both the 3rd and 4th innings. In the 3rd, senior infielder Antonio Nunez hit a triple followed by an RBI single from Alex Fernandez. The 4th inning saw senior infielder Zach Chamizo bring in another run with the sac fly. With a 2-1 victory, San Jose State improved to 9-4 on the season, bouncing back from consecutive losses to San Francisco and St. Mary's. Utah, now 10-3, will look to even the series in the next game. The Spartans continue to establish their rhythm this season, excelling in close games thanks to their strong pitching staff.
The Spartans are back Saturday against Utah as they look to win the series. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Hattie. Men's basketball is preparing for the Mountain West Conference Tournament. SJSU competed its final regular season game on Saturday against Fresno State. Our basketball reporter, Aaron Johnson, gives us more.
SJSU ended the season with a 92-68 win over Fresno State on Senior Day. SJSU guard Donovan Yap Jr. would be accompanied by his mom during his walkout, and his performance on the court would make this a senior day to remember.
It's always been me and my mom, so just her being able to come out and support me on this night was special for me.
Yap put up a career-high 30 points, shooting 11 of 14 from the field and making 5 3-pointers. Not to mention, this all happened against Yap's former team, as he played for the Bulldogs the last 3 seasons. Yap missed the Spartans' last game with an injury and was on crutches just a little over a week ago.
For a guy that dislocated a big toe, he looked pretty good.
Spartans also honored senior guard Josh Aduje. He was the team's leading scorer this season, averaging 16.6 points per game.
My mom and my brother surprised me last night, and you showed up. I wasn't expecting them to be here. I was telling him, this is stuff you tell your kids about, you know what I mean? He had 30 against his old team. That's something that you only see in a book.
This also marks the first time since 2009 that SJSU has gone 2-0 against Fresno State.
Yeah, about time. And I hope we can do it again next year before they leave the league.
The Spartans also said goodbye to center Chol Mariel and forward Adrian Hall, who had some prior experience with Senior Day back at Stephen F. Austin.
Before I said, there's very few things in life you have one of, and Senior Day is usually one of them. And Day Hall says, this is my second. I'm like, but this is the one that matters.
This also marked the return of junior center Robert Viola. Viola missed the last 3 games with an injury, and he made an immediate impact in his return, grabbing 19 rebounds.
Aaron, I literally woke up this morning just excited. It just changes everything. When you only got 7, you have no options. Rob Viola, I was really worried about it. He probably made 10 or 12 trips up and down the court in the last 2.5, 3 weeks just to do what he did. His production was amazing.
Now with the regular season over, the Spartans will face off against Wyoming in the Mountain West Tournament at 11 a.m. March 12th.
The 11 a.m. start, first game of Mountain West.
I love it.
Okay.
Get up, have a cup of coffee, work out, go play the game. It's going to be great. I love it. I don't know, but I'll feed them coffee. They'll be ready. Don't worry.
A gold medalist and multi-time U.S. Olympian competed at SJSU this weekend. The gymnastics team hosted a meet against Oregon State and its star athlete, Jade Carey. I attended the meet to see how the Spartans would match up.
The Spartans competed in their last home regular season meet of the year as they faced Oregon State and Olympic medalist Jade Carey. SJSU was outscored as a team 195.750 to Oregon State's 197.025, but the Spartans were able to put up their highest team total of the season so far.
With the team getting our team high score for the season today was just super special, and I'm just really happy.
Wade Miller scored a team high 9.850 on the uneven bars, as the team scored 48.800 overall in the event. On vault, the Spartans ended with a team score of 49.125, which was the 3rd highest score in school history. Graduate student Jade Lopes and junior Michaela Pitts led the vault squad with a pair of 9.850 scores. This score also marked a career best for Pitts. Senior Sofia Konieczny scored a 9.800 on the bar routine, which put her 2nd on the team in the event.
I was really happy with my bar routine. I think that's one of the best routines I've done all season, just for personal performance-wise, not necessarily score-wise, but it felt really good, and it was amazing.
Sophomore Devin Volush was the only Spartan to qualify for the all-around, and she finished in 2nd with an all-around score of 39.050. Volush finished 2nd behind Oregon State senior Jade Carey, as she scored a 39.825 in the all-around. Carey earned 2 9.975 scores, one on the balance beam and one on the vault. Next, the team will head to Cal, as they will participate in the Haas Quad Meet on March 16th at 2 p.m. at the Haas Pavilion.
Great coverage, Nick. Men's basketball isn't the only basketball team near an important tournament. The women's basketball squad had its first game on the Mountain West Conference Tournament on Sunday. Our reporter Larry Larkin has the coverage on that game.
The 11th seed San Jose State Spartans women's basketball team took on the 6th seeded Fresno State Bulldogs in the first round of the Mountain West Conference Tournament last night at the Thompson Mack Center in Las Vegas. The game was close throughout as San Jose State got double-digit scoring from 4 players: Amaya Simmons, Henny Van Schaik, Jasira Diawara, and Sydney Summers. But in the end, it wasn't enough as the Spartans lost 67-62 to the Bulldogs. Despite the loss, San Jose State head women's basketball coach April Phillips seemed to be encouraged by how the Spartans did in this game.
I thought we did some really, really good things as far as defensively, shutting some of their go-to players down. I'm proud of our seniors, who I think really helped take a step forward with our program.
With the loss, the Spartans finished the season with a 10-22 overall record. The 10 wins are most for the program since the 2019-2020 season. This is Larry Larkin reporting for the Spear. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Larry. Men's basketball leading scorer Josh Aduje isn't only talented on the basketball court. Aduje also has a knack for the board game Connect 4. Our men's basketball beat reporter Aaron Johnson challenged him to see if he could beat him.
Hi, I'm Aaron Johnson with the Spear. Not only is Josh Aduje the leading scorer for San Jose State men's basketball, he also claims to be one of the best Connect 4 players out. So I challenged him to see how good he really is. What makes you elite at Connect 4?
Oh, I don't lose. I feel like when you tell people that you're good at Connect 4, they're like, how is that even possible? But there's a strategy to the game. You have to lure your opponent into certain positions.
Aduje first discovered his love for Connect 4 while traveling with the national under-16 Great Britain team.
Somebody had got sick on our team. We were trapped in our hotel rooms pretty much the whole day. The TV had Connect 4. That kind of just started my love for the game. I realized I was just a naturally good Connect 4 player.
I even had the head of media relations for the team ask Aduje some questions to try and get in his head.
If Aaron beats you, can he suit up and play a couple minutes in the Fresno State game?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Not only was pride on the line, but now I had a chance to play for the SJSU men's basketball team. I had to lock in, until I lost within the first 40 seconds.
Whoa. Got him already.
Oh, what? Oh my God, I didn't notice that. One question remained. Was Josh really good, or was I just stupid? I had to play him a second time to find out.
But you know what? I can understand it. Because after seeing how he took down Drake, it could have got ugly for J. Cole. But that's still my goat, man. Alright. He's lost.
We played a third game, but it was really more of just a coaching session from Aduje to me.
Once you lose a couple games, you start thinking about defense too much. And that's where you kind of mess up. You can't play defensive. Because then you're not thinking about how to get forward for yourself.
Even with those words of wisdom, I still did not come out on top.
You know you just lost right now, right?
I feel like I've lost a lot of it.
Okay. We're just chopping that up at this point.
Josh got tired of whooping me, so he decided to challenge Lucas, who was helping me film. And Lucas did something that I didn't manage to do. Make Josh Aduje nervous.
Yeah, that's great. He would have won.
Really?
Yeah, there was this place that if he went, he would have won.
But Lucas was still no match for the Mountain West's reigning sixth man of the year.
Yeah. It's going to be 1 minute. No, you lost already.
Oh, dang, no.
That's what I'm telling you. After 3 brutal losses, I was disappointed I let my buddies back at the Spear down. I mean, you saw what happened. Back to who's in studio? Abel and Nick in studio. Sorry, guys.
That does it for this week's edition of SpearCenter. Be sure to follow us on all platforms for more content and coverage of San Jose State's athletics for the Spear. I'm Abel Tariku.
And I'm Nick Austin. Thank you, and go Spartans.